Let's talk about this cookieless future that's coming. A lot of brands are really at the table talking about this now. It's really interesting to see what certain brands are doing and how they're responding to this. But what's your perspective on where we're heading? Because you see marketing, it's always changing, but now there's this really interesting intersection with now cookies going away and first party data being really important. So we'll love your thoughts on that.
I think there's a history there that most people don't realize. Marketing is a really very traditional trait and profession. And what we're seeing right now is disruption in an industry that's just not ready to be disrupted. The writing was on the wall for years now, whether you look at GDPR, privacy complaints, where social media has evolved into. So the industry has seen this coming, but everybody complaining about it right now, they should really kind of look at themselves and say, you know what, we've not been ready for this, right? So at least that's my perspective on that. Now, where I believe it's heading, I don't believe that the privacy headwinds are going to stop. I think if anything, it's going to get even more tight. And I think marketeers and definitely the digital marketing industry, which has evolved so much with technology, it needs to think about a different way to distribute the revenue. What I mean by that, and I don't know if you've seen the Netflix documentary, I think it was a documentary, Social Media. If you don't pay for the product, you are the product. If I am going to share information about myself voluntarily so that I could be sold to in a much more pinpointed way, I want to be sharing the profits of this industry, right? It'll be much more interesting for me to participate if I am benefiting. Right now, if you've seen an ad, you buy something that was in that ad, you're not making any money, you're not benefiting from that situation, you are a bystander. And I think that ultimately down the road, and it'll take, I think, 5-10 years to come up with some models. Interestingly, my mom in Israel is paying less for her cable service so that she can be tracked for channel preferences and program preferences. So she's getting a discount, she's retired. And for her, there's a benefit because she doesn't have income right now and she can enjoy all the programs at a discount. And so I think something like that would need to start being more common for all of us to want to do that. And some of us would never want to do that. We would say our privacy is too important. We just don't want to partake and we'll be exposed to generic ads. But I think that the industry is going to have to figure out a way to model profiting or sharing the profits with the subjects, which we all are at the moment, right? So
I love that. In that line of thought too, we get a lot of really interesting B2B, large B2B brands that we're talking to. And I would love to get your perspective on just the humanization of brands, especially in this B2B world. We see a lot of marketers taking a page from the B2C world and applying that to these large enterprise B2B companies. And now in this world where cookies are going away, and you have to really connect with the right message at the right time, which you talk a lot about. How is BMC doing this and thinking about this, just humanizing the brand in this world that's rapidly changing, where you're not able to connect or have as much data as you had before around the customers engaging with your brand? What's the approach there on how you're humanizing the brand? I like that.
That's a good question. For us, it's really looking at all of our content and how we serve it. There's actually a visual language that we use. If you go to our website right now, you're going to see that, I hope you see that it's really inviting interaction. It's not going to look like a stuffy corporate website with this big header and these monotone colors and generic text. So the visual language is really important for you to look at something and say, this is kind of fun. I want to interact with it. And I kind of want to scroll down and see what these guys have to offer. The second thing we're tackling right now is the language. I think like many companies, we use what I call marketing lingo, which is improve agility, reduce cost. And it's very generic and it's not, as you said, it's not human. It's not how people talk. And so translating that to plain English is kind of a big task and something that we're embarking on right now. And the third element is connecting the dots for customers. So think about when you go to Amazon and you buy something. This has nothing to do with privacy because you're logged onto your portal. You're giving them the information from your own free will, and they're tracking what you do on their website. When you start buying things, ultimately over time, Amazon's going to have context about you. They'll start developing an opinion, an understanding of who you are, what you prefer, what you browse, what you buy, what you share with friends, right? All those things are being collected. And we've got customers that do the same on our website. And we want to build the same type of context for them, not to share that information with anybody, but to be able to serve them content better so that I know if somebody's spending time on a capacity optimization page, that they're probably going to be interested if the new version comes out. And I'm going to, pop that information up when they go on the website. And that's going to be different for them than anybody else looking at that website in a generic manner. Those are three things. And part of, I talked about the autonomous digital enterprise. Part of that is transcendent customer experience. And so making your customers feel more comfortable engaging with you and making an effort to really understand who they are in the context of what they give you is really important. And that's going to be front stage and center for us in the weeks and months to come.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This segment is brought to you by Salesforce. Salesforce brings marketing and engagement together. If you want to learn more, head over to salesforce.com/marketing. And please subscribe to this channel for more marketing insights from respected marketing leaders across the Fortune 500 and beyond.